BadWolf here, and on my new schedule, Thursdays are what I've been calling nonsensical Thursdays, but basically it's whatever the heck I want. I'm hoping to have like a lot of craft magic, some magic-inspired food things, because I love to eat, and more importantly, I love cooking. No, most importantly, I like eating, but I do love cooking too. So I have a lot of those and a lot of ramblings. And since it's a new year, I've been making some resolutions. I mean, with the whole channel updating things. But I thought I would start off by doing a fearless magical inventory. There was a Star City Games article back in 2007 by Sam Stoddard who came out with this concept of a fearless magical inventory, and Patrick Chapin writes about it in his book Next Level Magic, and I've just recently started reading that, and I thought it would be a good idea with the whole New Year thing to go ahead and do one for myself and get that out of the way so one, I can improve and look at what I'm weak at and improve that. And two, I'll have a nice big checklist of things that I need to work on, which for me is what I need. I need a checklist. And that's what this is. So, first things first, I play too fast. You've probably seen this a lot of times in my videos where I just play as quick as possible, and that's not great. There's a lot of times where I know, like, in my head, I'm like, I need to slow down and analyze this, but I choose not to. And I need to be better about making the decision to slow down. So that's number one, I play too fast. That's why I like aggro decks. Number two, I get frustrated if things go long. That's why I hate playing against control decks, and I hate playing control decks, because I have a very short attention span occasionally, and I just don't do well. There was one standard season where I was running I want a Jeskai Super Friends kind of control deck. It had Narset, Chandra, and Elsbeth in it as well. And let me tell you, that FNM, I only played it at one FNM, the control style, because I basically went to rounds every single game, or I was the last person playing every single game. And by the end of the night, I was exhausted. I was so done. As much as I loved playing that deck, my brain could not handle the longevity it needed, and I'm going to work on that this year. Number three, I don't read and fully understand the cards all the time, especially when I'm played against. I don't take the time to be like, hey, can I read your card? And actually read every single line. It's a big issue, and so I'll miss things like thinking some sorceries are instants. That's bad, or thinking it says something else and it doesn't. So I gotta be better at that. Number four, I tend to force aggro in any and every format I play, specifically in draft and sealed, because that's what I enjoy playing, but it's not necessarily always the right route, and sometimes aggro is really bad in a format, and I do it anyway. So this year we're gonna work on not forcing aggro unless it needs to be that way. Unless the cards speak to me and say, you must play aggro, then we can go that route. But otherwise, I need to look at exploring more options and getting better at playing things like mid-range or control, because, going back to number 1 and 2, I gotta work on those too. This kind of evolves from all those. Alright, number 5. I don't spend time reading or analyzing cards, not only in games when I'm having them played against me, but when spoilers come out, I look at the card and I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool, the art's awesome on that. And occasionally there are certain ones that I'll go through and I'll read and I'll be like, oh, this, and this, and this, and this. But usually I'm just like, someone else will tell me if it's good or bad. And so I don't spend time reading or analyzing them and coming up with a good plan of what may be good and what may be bad and what I need to add to my deck and what I need to look out for. So I'm going to work on that this year too. And finally, number 6. I don't really prepare for any of the events or tournaments I go to at all. I don't go to a lot anymore. And I don't prepare for those games when I have the opportunity to do them. I kind of just wing it a lot of times, which is good and is fine, but I know I can do better, and I know that if I just sit and prepare a little bit, like maybe it's just playing my deck more, or if I'm going to a sealed event, looking over the cards and stuff, the spoilers and things like that, there are ways to prepare, and I have so far done none of those. So that's another one of the things I'm going to work on doing, is that. It's kind of a long list, but I think that by doing these things that'll help make it a lot better. And hopefully I'll be able to start seeing some improvement. And at the end of the year, I'll come back and revisit those and see how well things worked out for me. I'm really worried about that I Play Too Fast one. I don't like long games. Like, do not ever ask me to play a game of Axis and Allies. That game is so long and torturous, and my husband loves it, but it's way too long. So yeah, that's my fearless magical inventory so far. I'm sure there's more things that I need to add to the list, but I figure at least 6 is a good small number I can start with, and that'll be a good point, a jumping off point. So that's what I'm going to start with, but I'll leave a link below to Patrick Chapin's book where you can get that, and Sam Starter's article that he wrote about it, so you can see those. And drop it down below. If you want to set some goals with me this year for Magic, feel free to do so. You can put those in the comments below if you want to share. Like this video and subscribe for more.